Most homeowners in wildfire-prone areas have no idea that the county mowing crew and the insurance adjuster are looking at the exact same thing when they drive past their property. And it's not the house. It's the weeds. Here in rural America, especially across California, Colorado, Texas Hill Country, and parts of the Pacific Northwest, insurance companies have started sending inspectors out before renewing a policy. They're not checking your roof shingles first. They're checking the distance between your house and the nearest patch of dry brush. If that brush is thick and close, some companies will raise your premium by hundreds of dollars a year, and a few will simply refuse to renew the policy at all. That's exactly what happened to a retired couple outside Redding, California, who had lived on the same 5 acres for almost 20 years without a single claim. Their insurer sent a letter saying the property had excessive vegetative fuel load within 30 feet of the home. The fix the company wanted would have cost several $1,000s in professional brush clearing. Instead, a neighbor suggested something simpler. Get a couple of goats. That sounds almost too simple to work, but here's where it gets interesting. Goats are browsers, not grazers like cows or sheep. That means instead of just eating grass, they naturally go after brush, vines, blackberry thickets, scrub oak, and the dry, woody undergrowth that turns into kindling during fire season. A single goat can clear brush that would take a person hours with a chainsaw and a brush cutter, and they do it every single day without being asked twice. Most people don't realize that this is actually why fire departments in Northern California and parts of Nevada have started renting out goat herds on purpose. Cities like Los Angeles and Boise have paid contractors to bring in dozens of goats to clear steep hillsides that are too dangerous or too expensive for human crews to mow. If it works for a city fire department, it can absolutely work for a 5-acre homestead. Back to that couple outside Redding. They bought 2 goats from a local feed store for a little over $200 total. Within about 6 weeks, the goats had stripped the brush around their home down to bare dirt and short stubble in the defensible space zone the insurance company was worried about. When the inspector came back for a follow-up visit, the vegetative fuel load had dropped enough that the couple's policy was renewed at close to their old rate, saving them right around $1,000 compared to what the new premium would have been. The surprising part is why this actually works from an insurance standpoint, not just a fire safety one. Insurance companies calculate risk based on how fast a fire could spread and how much time it would take before it reaches the structure. Dry brush acts like fuel, and thick vegetation close to a home shortens that window dramatically. When goats keep that vegetation short and green rather than tall and dry, it changes the math the insurance company uses, and that's what shows up as a lower premium or a renewed policy instead of a canceled one. This is where many homeowners get caught off guard, though. Simply owning a goat isn't a guarantee of savings. Insurance companies want to see documented defensible space, usually measured in specific zones around the home, often 30 feet, then another 100 feet beyond that. A goat left to wander wherever it wants might ignore the exact areas that matter most. Experienced homesteaders usually use portable electric fencing to rotate the goats through the zones the inspector actually cares about, working section by section instead of letting the animals graze randomly. There's also a practical side that goat owners learn quickly. Goats need shelter, fresh water, and a companion animal, since a lone goat left by itself tends to get stressed and vocal. 2 goats working together clear brush faster and stay calmer than 1 goat alone, which is part of why that Redding couple started with a pair instead of a single animal. What happens next surprises many people who try this. Once the brush is cleared and the goats keep it maintained, many homeowners find they no longer need to hire a landscaping crew or rent a brush hog every spring, which adds even more savings on top of the insurance difference. At the end of the day, a couple of goats cost less than a single tank of gas for professional land clearing equipment. Yet they can change how an insurance company sees your entire property. It's a reminder that some of the oldest tools in farming, a hungry animal and a little patience, still solve problems that modern equipment struggles to fix as efficiently or as cheaply.